This is Mac OS Ken.
Apple shares get a rough start for 2024. Japan eyes new regulations for app stores and some seemingly new controls over Apple Watch activity rings. Happy New Year, fellow babies. It is Wednesday, the 3rd of January, 2024. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken. Brought to you by yours truly and supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/MacOSCan. Apple lost $100 billion in market value on Tuesday, the first trading day of 2024. Happy yikes. While there are a few hurdles ahead for the Cupertino company, a piece from Fortune puts Tuesday's drop at the feet of Barclays analyst Tim Long. In a note on Tuesday, Long cut his 12-month price target on Apple shares by $1 and reduced his rating on the shares from neutral weight to underweight. That is the equivalent of a sell, according to the folks at TipRanks. What's got Long turned off? Well, it wouldn't really be accurate to say he was ever turned on, where Apple is concerned. A piece from Apple Insider on the issue says the analyst has tended to be pessimistic about Apple since Barclays resumed covering its stock in 2019. As for why the underweight rating, he says iPhone 15 sales have been lackluster, especially in China. And in a sentence you have to love for its loveliness, Fortune says Long also expects sales of the iPhone 16, which is set to be released in September, to be weaker than expected. He's expecting that. According to the analyst, he and his see no features or upgrades that are likely to make the iPhone 16 more compelling. Is it really all Long's fault? Well, certainly one hopes not. Apple Insider points to a few times the analyst has taken a swing and a miss, saying in 2019 that growth would slow for Apple services, that the move in 2020 to 5G would do nothing for iPhone sales, and that last year's iPhone 15 Pro would see a significant price increase. Adding one more, just for fun, I said that Long had lopped $1 off his 12-month price target for Apple shares. That took the target from $161 to $160, still underwater by about $25. In fairness, the Fortune piece says while the analyst downgrade may have sparked Apple's stock price drop Tuesday, there's a lot of other stuff going on. One analyst quoted in the piece suggests that the new year has brought tax-motivated postponed gain-taking and repositioning by portfolio managers. Additionally, continued conflict in the Middle East may have some investors shifting investments. Shifting back to Apple-specific concerns, Long is not the only one worrying over iPhone sales. The same Fortune piece says UBS analyst David Vogt, who holds a neutral rating and a $190 price target for Apple, warned in a Monday note that iPhone 15 sales have been soft in many key regions lately, including China and India. Then there's the glaring light from regulators being shown on Apple from many angles. Barclays Long says some App Store investigations could intensify this year, a sentiment echoed by one of Apple's most bullish followers. In a New Year's Eve article, the Financial Times had Deepwater asset managing partner Gene Munster saying, "Court cases and interest from global government agencies need now to be noted." For investors, said the Financial Times report, gauging the ultimate risk from the raft of regulatory and legal actions across the world is difficult. I think there's just a belief that there's all this noise in the background and don't worry about it, said Mr. Munster. Investors, he said, have been lulled to sleep by Apple's initial wins against Fortnite publisher Epic in particular, but I think investors should start to take it seriously. So, it seems, does Japan. Midweek last week, Nikkei Asia ran a report saying the island nation is preparing regulations that would require tech giants like Apple and Google to allow outside app stores and payments on their mobile operating systems in a bid to curb abuse of their dominant position in the Japanese market. The report says the legislation, expected to be sent to the Japanese parliament sometime this year, would focus on 4 key areas: search, browsers, operating systems, and app stores and payments. Have you all noticed what's happening to Apple Watch over the past few days? I have to admit, as my eating ramped up over the holidays, my exercise ramped down. Not a winning combination, but I'm getting back on track. In fact, it was in getting back on track that I noticed changes to the 3 rings that sometimes rule my world. It seems Apple has made it stupid easy to change the exercise, move, and stand goals. Access each metric individually, and there's a little circle with a plus and minus symbol in the lower right corner of the screen. Tap that and you can adjust up or down the individual goals, even reducing exercise below 30 minutes and stand below 12 times a day. Personally, I am not planning to change those, though I might the next time I get a COVID booster or the next time I get sick. Here's the bigger part of the story for me, though. I don't remember hearing anything about this happening, even in the watchOS update that hit just before the holidays. I also have yet to find an article about it. Was this a move made quietly by Apple on the back end? Nothing kinky. Or has it been this way for a long time and I just missed it? Anyway, it's a thing now. Set it as you will and see what happens. If you're an Apple Card savings account user, be on the lookout for an email from Apple. 9to5Mac says the Cupertino company is letting account holders know about tax forms they may need. According to the report, Apple is preparing to send 1099 INT tax forms to anyone who earned more than $10 of interest in 2023 with an Apple Card savings account. According to the email Apple is sending out, your 1099 tax forms for 2023 will be generated by the 31st of January 2024, as required by IRS guidelines. Your 1099 tax forms include any reportable interest and income paid to you, which is shared with the IRS. You will also receive an email from Apple once the form is available in Wallet. Coming soon to a space near you, a new Apple Store, provided you live in or around Atlanta, Toronto, or LA. Mac Rumors says new retail locations are planned for those 3 metros, according to building permits seen by the site. One is slated for Torrance, California, in the South Bay region of Los Angeles County. One set for Mississauga, Ontario, just west of Toronto. And finally, one is set for Mall of Georgia in Beaufort, northeast of Atlanta. No word in the report on when any of those stores are expected to open. Apple's annual Japanese New Year promotion is underway. A report from Mac Rumors says the promo, which started on Tuesday the 2nd of January and runs through Friday the 5th, will see Apple giving shoppers gift cards with qualifying purchases. According to the piece, gift card values range from 4,000 yen, about $28 US, for products like an iPhone SE and third-generation AirPods, to 30,000 yen, about $210 US, for the 15-inch MacBook Air. Additionally, Mac Rumors says the first 50,000 customers in Japan who purchase a new iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Plus, iPhone 13, or third-generation iPhone SE from Apple during the promotion will receive a limited edition AirTag with a Year of the Dragon engraving. Curiously, folks using the Apple Store app will not get the special edition AirTag. To nab one of those, purchases must be made through Apple's website or at one of its physical stores in Japan, according to the report. It seems to have been a Merry Christmas for Meta, even among Apple users. A piece from Upload VR says the Meta Quest iPhone app was the top free app on the App Store on Christmas Day. According to the report, the Meta app is required to set up Quest headsets, such as the currently sold Quest 2, Quest Pro, and Quest 3. That it would be the most downloaded free app for iPhone suggests very strong sales of at least one of these headsets over the holiday period. And finally today, with the third season of Slow Horses just having wrapped on Apple TV+, the Cupertino streamer is paving the way for Season 5. Cult of Mac says Apple has greenlit a 5th season of the series. Describing the show, Apple says Slow Horses is a darkly humorous espionage drama that follows a dysfunctional team of British intelligence agents who serve in a dumping ground department of MI5 known unaffectionately as Slough House. Academy Award winner Gary Oldman stars as Jackson Lamb, the brilliant but cantankerous leader of the spies, who end up in Slough House due to their career-ending mistakes as they frequently find themselves blundering around the smoke and mirrors of the espionage world. Apple's press release on the Season 5 pickup also describes Season 5. It is a vague description, but still bad form if you ask me, since Season 4 isn't even out yet, and I haven't had a chance to watch Season 3. Okay, I haven't taken the time to watch Season 3. The first 3 seasons of Slow Horses are available to stream now on Apple TV+. No word on when subsequent seasons will land in the stream. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOSKen. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.